In this class, we are going to learn how we can make use of OCI Document Understanding in our integration in Oracle Integration 3. In our previous classes, we had seen in detail how we can leverage the various features of document understanding like text extraction, key value extraction, table extraction, as well as the document classification. For demonstration purpose, we will be classifying the document which we will be uploading from our local computer to the integration. Integration will in turn pass the document to document understanding via the object storage. Then it will check whether the document is a passport, invoice, receipt, so on and so forth. We will see how we can achieve the same. Before I go ahead and build the integration, I will show you the short glimpse on the document understanding AI. From the navigation menu, click on Analytics and AI and then Document Understanding. From here, you can use any of the features. For demo purpose, I will be considering the document classification. So here is the sample document available in this document understanding. So that is the invoice, and Oracle will tell this is an invoice. And the sample request and the response required to create our integration, that is the invocation, it's available over here. Now, in order to talk with the OCI document understanding, there are a couple of ways. One is the document understanding action, which is available in the integration canvas. You can just drag and drop from the actions palette into your integration flow. Other way is you can make use of the REST API for document understanding. I am here in the official documentation page for API reference and endpoints for the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. From the table of content, you have to go to Document Understanding API and then Analyze Document. So this is the relative URI and it is of type post, and the sample request and the response structure is provided it over here. We are just interested in the relative URI because request and response sample is available over here in the console. So you can copy paste same in your integration. Now one more thing, based on the region, like Ashburn region where my OCI tenancy is, your document understanding REST API URL will change. If you click on document understanding API home, the Ashburn region URL is over here. So you have to first of all check what is the URL for your document understanding API. So based on that only, you have to configure the connection. Now let's see how we can build the integration. First and the foremost thing, if you want to call document understanding via the REST API, you have to build the OCI connection. That is the REST connection you have to use, and you have to select OCI signature version 1 as the security policy. In our earlier class, we had seen in detail how we can create the REST connection that is based on the OCI signature version 1 security policy, wherein we had generated this API key and uploaded over here. That is by converting to the RSA required format for integration. You can have a look on that class before you go ahead with this class. That is how we can create this OCI REST connection. One more thing you can ask, the URL which we need in order to talk to the document understanding REST API is something else, but you have given over object storage, because in most of the projects we will be creating a common OCI REST connection and we will override the REST API relative URI or the base URL at the runtime in the mapper. So I am doing the same. I'm using the same connection, that is to talk to object storage, document understanding, OCI function, API gateway, everything. And at runtime, I am just overriding the base URL in my mapper. So in short, you have to have one OCI connection created before you build the integration. Next, you have to create the integration. I will walk you through the integration now. I have created this integration, that is OCI document classification via object storage. Before I show you what are the actions I have used in order to build this integration, I will walk you through the demo. I will click on run. For demonstration purpose, I am using couple of documents over here. One is a receipt, that is a restaurant bill, and another is an invoice. I will see when we upload those documents using integration to the document understanding whether it can identify it as a receipt and invoice. So for this demonstration, what we have done is this integration will accept the file in the request over here and it will upload the file to the object storage, and that object storage file we will pass over here instead of inline. In our previous class, we had seen inline, that is whenever a file is uploaded with this choose file, it will directly pass to the document understanding REST API that is in the body itself, that is over here, and document understanding will read the file content directly from the API request. In this case, we are just twisting, that is we are making use of object storage, that is this one. What we will do is we will upload our file to object storage. Instead of inline, we will tell object storage over here. So in order to know how to construct the request for that, you can check the documentation over here. Coming to the body, analyze document details, resource, click on this. You can scroll down and see where is this document details available. It's over here. Click on the document detail. Here there are a couple of ways how we can send inline or object storage. So in the source, you can mention inline. If you tell inline, then you have to provide the data over here. Like if I tell I want to pass inline, then apart from source that is inline, you have to pass the data which is in base 64. It is mentioned over here. Now I will tell I don't want to pass inline because in previous class we had already learned how to pass inline. Now I want to know how to make use of object storage. Then I have to come to this document, click on object storage detail. Here first and the foremost thing is source. So source we have to tell object underscore storage like what it is mentioned over here exactly because this is case sensitive. Next we have to pass the bucket name, namespace name and object name, everything like a key value pair in our JSON. So I will show you how my request will look like shortly. This is the only change we need to do while calling the API. That the change will come instead of data, the bucket name, namespace and the object name will come over here. That's it when we refer using the object storage instead of inline. So before we go ahead, let's see our object storage. I will go to the navigation menu, storage, the bucket over here. I will make use of this BL bucket. And I'm already having one file. Let me just delete this file. Let me delete. I don't want to have any files in this bucket. So this is the bucket I will be using, that is BL bucket. This is the namespace and the object name is nothing but the file name which I'm uploading. So I will choose the file. That is, I will first of all upload this sample invoice PDF. Let me copy the name. Let me just open. It will be selected over here in the integration body. Next, in the URI parameter that is over here, I have created 3 parameters. First is the bucket name. It will take, I will tell BL bucket. Object name is this one. Namespace you have to provide as per your OCI tenancy. Click on run. Now this integration, first and the foremost thing is it will upload our file to object storage. Then that object storage file it will refer in the document understanding REST API and it will tell this is the invoice. Similar like this, we will try to upload one more file which is the restaurant bill. For document understanding, it's a receipt. Let me upload that file and see whether it can identify or not. Let me copy the name from here. Done. Select the file, click on open. And in the URI parameter, let me replace object name with the file name. Click on run. This time we have to get from the document understanding that it's the receipt. Our document understanding is identifying it properly. Now let's see whether our integration has uploaded the files to object storage or not. Click on refresh. We are having both the files over here. So our integration, first it will upload the file using the put object REST API. That is by using this put object storage REST API. From the table of content, you can go to object storage service API and the object. And from the object, you can go for put object. So this is the API which I'm making use in order to upload the file from integration to the object storage. And coming to the document understanding over here, we will just refer this object storage references in the request. So this is the request. So everything is same. Only thing will come in the documentation when we tell object source is object storage. We have to provide namespace, bucket name and object name. So output location is optional. If you want, you can provide. For the output location, the data what we are getting in the response, it will be stored in the object storage as a file. The details what you see over here, it will be available in the output location, which is nothing but I have provided the output location of this BL output. This is one more bucket over here and it is available over here in the document. So same data what we are seeing in the response, it will be available over here in the results. That is in the default object. So this is how we can build the integration in order to identify the document, whether it's a receipt or invoice. Let me walk you through the integration now. So this is a very simple integration I have built having 3 actions. One is a trigger, one is invoke to object storage, another invoke to document understanding. Only 3 things. So instead of making use of REST APIs, you can leverage the features available over here like the OCI document understanding, just drag and drop over here and even the object storage. With this, you can avoid creating the REST connection. Only advantage of using this REST API is if your integration is sitting in a different domain and your document understanding and object storage are in different domains, then you can make use of REST APIs like this. I have exposed this integration over a REST protocol. And in the request, it was accepting the file in the input as a binary content. And apart from that, it was taking 3 parameters, that is a namespace, bucket name, and the object name, which it needs in order to upload the file to the object storage over here. Let me show you the configuration. That is to put the object to the object storage. So this is the relay URL I have provided as I have shown earlier. And it is of type put. All these details you will get from the REST API documentation. We need just the request. And the request will be of type binary content. Here I am just selecting the binary. That's it with this. And it is a direct mapping over here. Let me show you the mapping. In the request, we want to just map stream reference to reference because we are uploading the file in the request as a reference. Suppose if you are getting that file from the FTP or somewhere else, you can just pass that over here. Other details we are mapping as is from the request. After we upload our document from our local storage to object storage via the integration, next step is we have to refer the uploaded file that is in our document understanding in order to classify the document with this feature, that is document classification. So I have configured the same over here. Let me open the wizard and show you the details I have used in order to configure this document understanding REST API. As I told, I am making use of this analyze document REST API. That is this one, and it is the HTTP method of type post. And here is the sample request and the response provided. We can also get the sample request and the response from a OCI console for the document classification. Only difference over here is, in our case, we are not sending the inline, rather the object storage. In order to know what are the various values we can send in the request, we can go to the request body and click on the schema or the resource. So in our case, we are interested in the feature, we can click on the document feature. So here, Oracle will tell we can either use this API for document classification, key value extraction, table extraction, and so on and so forth. Like the features available, we can mention it over here under the feature type. Coming to the document over here, let me go back to the document. That's over here, document details. I will click on this. So we can either send inline and the object storage. In our previous class, we had seen how we can send the inline document, that is in the request, we can send the file. This time we are uploading the file first to the object storage, that we have to refer it over here. So I will click on this. So apart from source, that is we mention object underscore storage, that is over here under the source. We don't have to send the data list term. Rather, we have to send those values, bucket name, namespace, and the object in the request. Also, if you're using the object storage, then output location for the object storage should also be shared in the request. Let me come back. That is over here, output location. So this is also having the same details like the bucket name, namespace, and the prefix. So it is similar, like if I just click on this local, it will pop up where we want to store the output location. That is, we have to basically provide the bucket name, compartment, and the prefix with which we want to store the details or the output file. Basically, it will store the data what you see in the response as a file in the output bucket in the object storage. So that's it. So the same things I have configured over here. I have given the analyze document related URI over here of type post, request and response we have to send. Click on next. In the request, I have provided the sample JSON. So this will be same like what you see in the OCI console in the request. Only difference will be over here in the document. I have mentioned in the document source is object storage. Then as per the API documentation, I have provided the following details like the namespace, bucket name, and the object name. Like in the case of OCI console, when we go for the object storage, that is for the document classification, we have to give output location as well, that I am mentioning it over here. If you want to provide object location, then you can provide. In our previous class, that is while testing this with the help of inline, we had not provided the output location. Click on next. In the output response, we can copy paste exactly the same data what you see over here in the OCI console, that is in the response. So that's it with this configuration. I will click on cancel, discard the changes. I will show the mapper over here. First and the foremost thing is, as we are making use of OCI shared REST API connection in our integration, I will be passing the base URL over here under the connection properties. Based on the location where you are using your AI service, that is a document understanding, you have to get the URL for the same. And again, to emphasize, we will get the API URL from here. If you click on document understanding API home, based on the region of your OCI, we can get the API URL. So I'm making use of my Ashburn region, OCI tenancy. So I'm making use of Ashburn document understanding URL over here. Apart from that, like the compartment ID of our document understanding while we are using, we have to mention over here the OCI of the compartment ID. Then we have a feature as we are interested in document classification. Suppose if you want to extract the table data, text extraction, key value extraction, then you have to give the value over here. So this is case sensitive. For more details, you can visit over here, analyze document, and then you can go to the analyze document request. Under this, you have to go to feature type over here. So we have given document underscore classification. Suppose if you want to extract the table from the invoice PDF or image, then you can go for table extraction or language or whatever is your use case. Coming to the max results, I'm giving 5. So this is the default I'm seeing over here in the request. It is 5 because we are seeing this 5 type of documents. It is trying to match top 5. If you want, you can increase or decrease the count. Out of this 5, Oracle AI will consider it is of invoice type from here. Coming to the document, here I'm telling the source is object storage and we have to give bucket name, namespace and the object name, and the output location where we want to store the output, namespace, bucket name and the prefix of the file you have to mention over here. And in the output response, I'm just mapping this response, that is the detected document type and the document type invoice. So when we tested, we were getting invoice receipt from this field. So it will be based on the confidence level 1. So whatever is the confidence level 1 or maximum confidence, so that will be written over here, detected document type. So this is a very simple integration I have built, which can use the documents which are stored in object storage, and then we can derive the inference. That is over here for demonstration purpose, I have considered document classification, but you can use the same integration just by changing the feature to key value extraction table or text extraction. Accordingly, from the console, you will get the output response that you have to update over here, and you can solve any kind of business requirement in your project.